Hey guys, my name is James Danley. I'm a realtor and associate broker with the number one brokerage in the state of Michigan, KW Domain. I sold over $42 million worth of residential real estate last year. And today we are going to go through the top 10 million dollar sales in the city of Birmingham, Michigan in the month of June. Let's go. On to number 10, 968 Oakland Avenue in Birmingham. So this property is located in a community that's technically east of Woodward. Woodward's a dividing line for those of you that know. The community of east of Woodward, west of Woodward. West of Woodward's typically a little more desirable. However, this is in the neighborhood of Poppleton Park. So it's just northeast of downtown Birmingham. It's technically a walkable location, although crossing Woodward's a little bit of a challenge. Most people don't actually walk from there. It is a very nice community with a lot of 1920s and 30s homes that have a lot of charm, beautiful streets. So you can see the location here with regards to proximity to downtown. Very close. This is Poppleton Park, which is the park that the neighborhood is named after. And in the overall sphere of Birmingham, we're right here. So this is a unique sale because it's an older home. Most of the stuff that sells at higher price points in Birmingham is newer construction. This one traded at $1,250,000, which was asking price. It did sit on market for 26 days. Was listed in April, traded just almost a month after it was listed, but they got full price on it. This was a house, even though it was built in 1920, it's got an older 1920s foundation, which can be a challenge in Michigan with regards to moisture and other conditions. It was renovated extensively in 2003. So they did a good job on the rehab. They changed the floor plan, built in 5 bedrooms above grade, which is pretty key for the Birmingham type family buyer that either wants a second office or has 3 kids or needs a guest room. So we're gonna look at a few of the photos here. So you can tell they've maintained it well, although the buyer's probably gonna do some renovation work on this house based on the interior design. It's a pretty good sized lot for Birmingham. We're looking at a 54 by 135 as far as lot size, 0.17 acres. It's a pretty reasonable lot. Small yard, but you're close to the parks. So on the interior, they kept a lot of the old world charm. All the wood trim, the floors, the doors are all very 1920-esque. So likely the buyer type loved this authenticity in how they handled the renovation in 2007. Kitchen's a little dated, but cabinetry was custom. All the doors are inset. Pretty good quality as far as the renovation. You do have some step ups and step downs in the family room. A little less than ideal, but the buyer that bought this obviously wasn't concerned with it. They're looking at the price category. There's not a lot available in that 1-2 range that has a good floor plan. This house had a real master suite with walk-in closet, soaker tub, the 5 bedrooms above grade, pretty good size second full bath. They also integrated a second floor laundry in there, which those 1920 homes would not have had originally. And they kept the old world charm of the house. Also had that, half a third story that they built in and had as a flex space, which is very usable for an office with some skylights. Lower level was finished, so that tells me they probably did some extensive basement waterproofing when they did the rehab in 2007 to make sure there's no moisture challenges to be able to finish that space. And it looks like they even dropped the basement down and added a newer foundation in 2007, which would have been poured, and attached that to the old foundation. So great job on the rehab on this one. And here's a quick shot at the floor plan. You can see that they opened the kitchen up to the living room with that addition they put on the back of the house. You got a hall closet here, little formal area, and a powder room that's tucked away. Office up front, dining room to the right. And then the second floor, like we said, they got the master suite on the back of the house. Real walk-in closet, although it's not very big, and a real master suite. And then a secondary ensuite here next to the master with a walk-in bathroom. And then the third bath's off the hall that these 3 bedrooms would share. And they both have, all 3 have closets. So overall, great product. Pretty good buy at $125. Traded at $384 a square foot. They're likely going to do paint and some light cosmetic renovations, maybe the master bath and the kitchen, and whoever bought this house. All right, number 9, 1974 Webster. This is in the Rail District. I sold a lot of houses on Webster the last couple of years, a handful of new construction. So this is butted up right against Eaton Street. If you're looking at the overall aerial perspective, Downtown Birmingham is right here. It's northwest of our location. But the Rail District is very up and coming. There's a famous restaurant right here called Big Rock that closed a few years ago because the owner got older. It's an old train station that's currently being renovated, and they're going to reopen that as an Italian chop house. It's also going to have a members-only cigar lounge in it. So very exclusive. Great ownership that's working on that. It should be open probably sometime next year. Also, there's a few new restaurants, and you have Lincoln Yard, which is right here on Lincoln Street, which is walking distance from this house. Great restaurant, and you have a ton of small boutique, like workout facilities, boxing places. I actually work out at LPG, so shout out to my boys over there. It's right down the street from this house. So the Rail District's very up and coming. A lot of the younger athletes that move into town live in this neighborhood. Smaller lots, but very affordable housing stock. As far as Birmingham's concerned. So this is on one of the bigger lots for that area. The width on it is 55 feet, depth is 120. Most of the lots are only 40 foot wide, which leaves you with a detached garage. This house, you were able to integrate 2-car front entry attached garage. It's built in 2006, so it's newer construction, higher ceiling heights in the basement and on all floors, being built in the 2000s. And that's why they got such a high price for this. It's really the floor plan fundamentals of the house and the lot size. Attached garage is a big deal in Michigan. So you walk in the front door, you got an office study to the left, staircase to the second floor to the right, cute study, and then you have a really nice great room on the back of the house. Huge island, dining, and living space all in one clean L-shaped great room, which is what everyone wants as far as floor plan goes. You can tell the cabinetry is a little older, although it still looks current based on the door styles, and I assume that someone's probably going to do some updates on those eventually, but looks like they maintained it pretty well. And this house is essentially move-in ready. All the hardwood floors are in great condition, pretty good interior design. They might have painted these cabinets actually based on the color scheme, and they changed the hardware to make the house feel a little more current. Really good sized family room, and then a nice flow into that backyard. The other thing with having the 2-car front entry attached garage, it gives you a huge yard in the back for kids, play space, dogs, which is pretty desirable and coveted and hard to find in Birmingham at this price point especially. This house is going to have a real master suite. You can see in the backyard as well, privacy fence, a little bit of a mud bench drop zone area, not as nice as what we build in the new construction homes, but pretty nice. And they've got a little open loft area here on the second floor that they could use as a little flex space for the kids or an additional office space. Master suite's huge, good walk-in closet, really good sized walk-in closet actually. Walk through the dressing room into the master bathroom, which looks like it's been updated probably since the house was built. A little more current design themes with the tile and the cabinetry. Good natural light on all these bedrooms. Bedrooms have good closet space. Everything's in great condition. It's a powder room. Basement's finished. You can see they're using it as a play area for the kids. Another full bath down there. A bar area with a little kitchenette and a theater space. So functionally, this house has almost everything that the Birmingham family wants, and it's got that huge outdoor like backyard space. So that's why it traded quickly. Less than 12 days on market. It's sold at $1,300,000, $417 a square foot. The house is 3,149 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 3.5 baths. That's a great buy. Whoever bought that house, good floor plan, good fundamentals. The new construction that's right down the street on Webster, I've sold 2 houses in the last year. Similar square footage, but they're new construction, trading around $1,600,000 to $1,700,000. So they got a pretty good price discount here because of the year built, because it's a little older, but great floor plan and fundamentals. Number 8. 1097 Lakeside Drive. This is a spectacular location, older home, but it is in a really good location. So as I zoom out here, you're going to see this is downtown Birmingham. This small neighborhood to the northwest that's on the east side of Corton Lake is considered Holy Name. That's what it's nicknamed, but it's very walkable. The entire downtown strip is right here on Old Woodward, and so it's easy to walk to all the parks and restaurants. You also have the Rouge River that runs through here, and you have walking trails and paths that walk along that river that you have walking access to. This is right on the borderline of Corton Lake Estates, which is the community to the west, which has some of the largest lots in Birmingham and is one of the most prestigious communities in the state of Michigan. This lot's a pretty good size. It's not huge for Corton Lake, but it's 70 foot wide, 140 foot deep, so a lot larger than the lots that are east of Woodward, both in depth and width. This was a colonial that was built in 1980, so it's probably got a little better foundation, ceiling heights, and structure than most of the other stuff that was originally built in the area, which is mostly 50s and 60s construction. So this house was renovated in 2019. It's 3,500 square foot, 4 bedrooms, 3.5 baths, and it traded at $365 a foot, mainly because of the exterior curb appeal is kind of bland, but the location is excellent. As you can see, the interior here is cute, staged well, wood floors. Kitchen's a little dated. It's got a little bit of a farmhouse-ish type feel and a galley-type kitchen, which is not ideal from a floor plan perspective, livability, functionality with like a family with young kids, and it's separate from the living room. So you got some funkiness with the floor plan and some of the design finishes, which is why it only traded at $365 a foot. Nice screened-in room, screened-in porch. Looks like it's a first-floor laundry. Master bathrooms dated. You've got some updates and renovations here. The bathrooms are pretty dated and not what would be considered current. But again, this house traded because of the location and the desirability from a walkability perspective. As you can see here, there's almost like no... you got a lot of privacy with the back patio, a little bit of backyard space. It's fenced in, and it's a really good walkable location on a very prestigious street. So at $1,314,000, 1097 Lakeside Drive was a pretty good buy. A lot of the teardowns now in that neighborhood, if they're larger lots, are selling for over $1 million, $1,001,000. So somebody bought this. I'd say the dirt value on this lot's probably $950,000. They bought it for $1,300,000, so they barely paid above land value for it, and it traded in 13 days. Number 7, 1821 Shipman Boulevard. So this is in a cute little neighborhood that is south of downtown called Crestview. And it's really close to the elementary school. Most of the families that buy here stay and they upgrade homes. Sell a lot of new construction in this neighborhood. It's just south of downtown. It's west of Woodward. Easy walk to town. And it's got one of the best parks in the city right here, which has pickleball courts. Everyone knows pickleball is taken off. But it's a great lifestyle. A lot of people have dogs and kids. Everyone's walking. A lot of new construction, newer construction. So this house is built in 2016 by Livewell Custom Homes. I actually know the builder very, very well. 3,000 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 3 full baths, 2 powder rooms, 2-car detached garage. It's on a standard 50 by 130 lot, which is pretty standard for this neighborhood. The majority of the lots are in that same square footage and size, with the exception of a few larger ones that are to the north. Now, this house looks really good in photography. It was on market for quite a while. It was actually listed for 205 days before it traded. And it sold at a great price as far as the floor plan of the house. It's a very good floor plan from a livability perspective. The reason why it's sat, which you can't tell from the photos, is the house is actually pretty beat up and worn. It needs a decent amount of maintenance. It's been lived in pretty heavy. I showed this house probably 5 or 6 times while it was on market. A lot of the wood on the exterior needs to be addressed. The interior was pretty banged up. Floors were banged up. And the floors are engineered flooring product that wouldn't be like refinishable. So you might have to replace some of the flooring in that house. But the overall floor plan's nice. You have a really good great room, kitchen, family, and you flow through the dining space out the back patio, which is ideal for grilling and indoor-outdoor entertaining and livability. Really nice sized mud room. They've got a finished outdoor patio and grill. And they have like a small inset pool, which actually cannibalizes a large portion of the backyard, which for this neighborhood might not be ideal because it's mostly younger families that have kids. However, the park is right down the street. So whoever bought this got a good buy on it. This is the first floor study. The master suite on this house is great. Huge bathroom with a spa-like shower, tubs in the shower, similar to like Japanese type spa style. His and her shower heads. Massive dressing room with all custom built-in cabinetry for the master closets. And the floor plan of this house is pretty good too. All the bedrooms are good size, and there's a third floor that has a really nice lounge loft space with the fourth above grade bedroom. It's nice because you have like a kid's TV video game area or an additional second office if you need it, with a full bath up there. It's a great space. It's separate from the rest of the house. It's perfect for segmenting the livability on different floors with your kids. And fully finished lower level in the basement with a half bath down there. So very flexible as far as usability. So whoever bought this got a pretty good buy. $471 a square foot. It's going to need paint, maybe some floors. That's about it. It's not that old of a house, and it's a good floor plan on a really great street. The last couple of houses I sold on Shipman were for far more than this, but they were on slightly larger lots. So we sold one for $2.4 a year ago, $1 million more than this house. But larger lot, 2-car attached garage. And I'm in the process right now of selling another one off market for $3.5 that's on a 100-foot lot. That will probably be closed by the time our next video comes out. So on to the next one, and on to number 6. 1209 Pierce Street. This house sold very quickly. 6 days on market, traded essentially at asking price, $149. Smaller lot, normal, I guess, good sized lot for west of Woodward, 50 foot by 139. Now, this is on Pierce. Pierce is a higher traffic road. It is the street that goes north to south, that actually goes to Pierce Elementary School, and then runs all the way downtown. The reason why this house traded so quickly is because of the location. It's on the north side of Pierce, just south of Lincoln, so it's a very short walk to downtown. In Barnum Park, which is an excellent park right in downtown Birmingham. Pierce Elementary is right here, so it's a great walkable location, and it was built in 2007, so it's newer construction. You got better quality elements in the floor plan as far as functionality and livability. 4 bedrooms, 5.5 baths, traded at $413 a square foot. So as you can see on this one, in the 2000s, you have a pretty formal entrance, formal dining room on one side, potential office study on the other, but you have a lot of trim and millwork. These 2000 builds, they spent a lot of money on the wood and the finished level that went into them, more so than a lot of the new construction you would buy now at this price point, if you can get new construction at this price point. Library has a lot of built-ins. Some of the design themes feel a little traditional and dated, but that's easy to change. The trim and millwork's all excellent. Hardwood floors are in great condition. They're real oak. You can refinish them, change the color, change the paint color on the walls. Cabinetry is all in good condition. So you can do some light cosmetic upgrades on this house and make it feel very current, and it's in a good location for the price point. Some more photos. You guys can get a feel for it. Nice formal family room. It's nice and bright. A lot of windows on the stairs, and it's got that half third floor, which is nice too. You notice from the staircase going up. So a little dated, but overall very meticulous, well maintained, and it has all the fundamental elements you want in a floor plan. Huge master suite, real walk-in closet, the right number of bedrooms, bathrooms, fully finished lower level, small gym space, and a full lower level bar with a pool table. So it's got a great amount of space above and below grade. 3625 square feet. Again, traded at $149, $413 a foot in 6 days. That was a good buy, good location, good price for good value for the price. On to number 5. 1137 Willow Lane. This is located in Cortland Lake Estates, so it's just northwest of downtown Birmingham. That's the area we talked about earlier, one of the most desirable communities in the state of Michigan, larger lots. Willow is a nice street with a lot of large lots and beautiful homes. This is one of the older original homes built in the street. It was built in 1959, 3,789 square feet. It's an 80 foot by 147 lot. I think it's 80 foot. Let me double check. Sometimes they mislabel these. It is. It's 80 feet wide, 147 foot deep. So just under 12,000 square foot lot. Really good build site. Listed at 159, it traded at 1.5 even in 16 days on market. Attached 2-car front entry garage. You can tell they did a bump out at some point in time, built above the garage, added some square footage. But the house is designed well. I mean, the hardwood floors, the color scheme, the furniture, very well staged. It's a traditional colonial in floor plans, so a little bit of segmentation with the spaces, but the design and decor is really nice. It's current, it's move-in ready, and it's in a great location. Nice formal study, powder room. Some of the bathrooms are a little dated, could use some updating. But the location, the quality and feel of the rest of the house is what sold this one. The master suite's probably going to get gutted and renovated, but it's got the square footage there, so it's an easy renovation to do. And master closet space is excellent. You have a huge walk-in. And they integrated a second floor laundry when they did some renovations on it at some point in time. So that was number 6, 1137 Willow Lane, traded at $422 a square foot in Corton Lake at $1.5 million. Again, the dirt value on this is probably $950,000 to $1 million for the lot. So it's a pretty good buy. On to number 4, 908 Chesterfield. This is another Corton Lake Estates sale. Was listed at $165, sold at $1,657, 14 days on market. This is a great house. I'm very familiar with this house. Built in 56, but they fully renovated it in 2020. Just under 3,600 square feet. The uniqueness with this is it's a very large lot in Corton Lake Estates. Has a 3-car attached garage. Really nicely renovated kitchen and by Perspectives Cabinetry. One of the best custom cabinetry companies in the state of Michigan. Master suites, very, very well done. The exterior curb appeal is a little bland. Standard colonial, but the interior design is excellent. Chesterfield's a little bit of a cut-through street. You get a lot of traffic, but again, this is in Corton Lake Estates where the land value is very high. And so to get a house for $1.6 million that's completely updated, that's move-in ready, is extremely rare, especially with this level of design finish and with a 3-car attached garage. So here's the Perspectives custom cabinetry in the kitchen. And a really nice master suite, too, with a walk-in closet, which you'll see here in a second. First floor laundry on this one. There's the master suite. Nice dressing room. Tons of square footage and natural light in that space. Fully built out. Is in her sinks. And then secondary bedroom that's staged as a workout space. And additional secondary bedroom. It's an office and guest room. So secondary bathroom is also really nicely renovated on that second floor. Basement's finished. Low ceiling heights because it's built in the 50s, so you got to duck your head a little bit, but it's usable square footage, and it's nice for storage. So there's a 3-car attached garage. $1,657,000. Great value for Corton Lake Estates for move-in ready, updated house, traded at $460 a square foot in 14 days on market. All right, on to number 3, 556 Tooting Lane in Birmingham. Traded for $185, was listed just under $2 million, was on market in 94 days. Why did this one sit so long? It's in a great location. So Tooting Lane is right there in that Holy Name community we talked about. You've got access to the river, walking trails, and you can walk downtown. And it's a monster lot for the location. 16,000 square foot lot. Absolutely incredible for being that close to downtown. The land value on this is at least $1.2 million for the dirt. But it took a long time to sell. Why was that? Probably because of the year built. So it's a 1926 foundation and home. So the floor plan's a little choppy. Now, TSA, I think, did a pretty good job on the renovation on this in 2017. Thomas C. Bolton Associates are one of the very well-known custom builders. They did a great job as far as renovating it. It's got pretty good design style, but still, the ceiling heights are low. The house is a little darker because it's older. You have some of those things that you get with an older home as far as, the floors and squeaks and sags, and the ceiling heights are clipped in some areas. Showers are clipped because it's a 1926 house that was renovated. So that's why it took so long to sell. But overall, the finish quality was great. The design was great, and the location's great. So longer sale because of the year build, because of the functionality that goes along with that, and the floor plan. 556 Tooting Lane in Birmingham was listed at just under $2 million. Was on market for 94 days. Traded at 185, which is actually 575 a square foot. It's a high price per square foot for the era build, being built in 1926. But the reason for that is the functionality in the floor plan. 1926 build, a little darker. Basement ceiling heights are very, very low. Even though it was a very high quality renovation that TSA did, it's gonna take longer to sell because the functional elements are not as friendly for the majority of Birmingham buyers as they would be if it was new construction. All right, so on to number 2. We're getting close to the top here. This one's one of my favorites. 864 Ann Street. So location is phenomenal. I actually just sold a house down the street from this. This is in downtown Birmingham. So if you look on the map here, here's where the house is located. This is the downtown Birmingham strip on South Old Woodward. So you have Phoenician restaurant, which is one of the best restaurants in the state of Michigan, right here. It's one street over. It's walking distance. Some of the best salons, chiropractor, boutique shops. Everything is within steps of the house, as is Barnum Park, which is one street over the other direction. Arguably the nicest park in Birmingham, as far as all that it has to offer. So this house traded a premium because of the location for sure. Build quality was questionable for the location, but they got a premium. This guy he did very, very well in the sale of this house as far as profitability. The price per square foot is insane. The highest price per square foot of any of the sales in the month of June, and it's going to be one of the highest price per square foot sales this year. So the house is listed at 2395. It's 3,257 square feet. It's on a 50 by 126 lot, so a little shallower. More of a contemporary design. This house is unique because they attached the garage on the rear. They wanted to do an attached garage in town. The challenge with the way that they designed it is it's a side entry rear attached garage. So functionally, you're not going to really be able to get a vehicle in and out of that space, especially down this narrow driveway with a pretty large curb on it. So whoever bought this house is going to end up most likely parking in the driveway, and then on the street, they'll use the garage for storage, but you're in town and you do have an attached garage. The other challenge with the attached garage is it separates you from your yard space. So if you've got dogs or you want to have indoor, outdoor entertaining space, you really don't have the ability to do that in this house because you just have concrete in a garage behind you and then a patch of grass behind that. This house is divided into only 2 floors. There's no third floor, which would usually be nice. Usually the builders would do really high ceilings on 2 floors. You should have 10-foot, 9-foot ceilings. They didn't do that. They did 10 foot on the first floor, and they chopped the second floor down from a cost build perspective to 8 feet, which saved them a lot of money in build cost, but it doesn't give you the ideal scenario for most of the buyers. So the first floor is pretty good in this house. It's open, it's bright. You got a family room, dining space, office to the left, staircase to the right. Cute little study. They did a great job staging it. Pretty good job on the interior design selections and finishes. They did a great job of making the kitchen look nice without spending a lot of money. So the majority of the builders that will build stuff in the $2 million price point in Birmingham are using custom cabinetry. Everything's spec'd out. It's built here locally. This is more of a production cabinet that they use in the house, but it boosted profitability. Nice bar space. And then you have the only there's no formal powder room for guests in this house. There's only an informal powder room around here to the right that's in your mudroom. So if you're entertaining, you got to send your guests into your messy mudroom to use a very small, tight powder room. It's not the best for entertaining, but again, whoever bought this bought it based on location and walkability. Small prep kitchen off of the main kitchen space, and some cool ceiling outlines where they step the drywall up to outline the different spaces since it's an open layout. Good job on the interior design selections. It's cute, bright, friendly, clean. There's the small informal powder room. So upstairs, second floor, pretty low ceiling heights, big master suite on the back of the house. They put that over the garage, which makes it feel a little larger, a little more grand. But the interior design finishes, like the master bathroom here, is very bland. The tile cabinets are what you'd see in a Royal Oak house at $1.2 million. Really no difference in finish level. Master closet's pretty good size with a nice daylight window. It's all done. It's built out. There's no makeup area for her. That's an oversight. And then the secondary bedrooms, it doesn't look like they planned in closet spaces. So they put these freestanding built-in closets in the secondary bedrooms, which hinder your floor plan and where you can actually place your furniture. A little bit of a challenge on that front too. But again, clean design finishes, great location, and that's what sold this house. So kudos to the builder for knocking it out of the park, because he made a ton of money on this one. Traded at $2.25 million, $690 a square foot. A lot of challenges, but again, real estate's about location, location, location. Someone's going to pay for it if you got the only build in town at $225. All right, guys, here we are, number one. The last sale in June, the highest sold in Birmingham. 280 Baldwin. Location is AAA. This is right downtown in Holy Name. It's close to Court and Lake, close to all the restaurants, access to the parks and trails. Really good size lot as far as width goes, 100-foot wide lot. This is a unique house as well because it was built in 2002, recently renovated, has a 3-car attached garage. To get a 3-car attached garage in downtown Birmingham is a challenge because usually the lots aren't big enough. This is a nice corner lot that enabled them to do that, almost 0.23 acres. 4,000 square foot, traded it at $593 a square foot. This sold in under 30 days, 28 days, 150 grand below asking, but it was an awesome house. I walked it a few times. Cedar shake roof, the build quality and design, very Nantucket type style. A lot of traditional elements, but high quality. Formal family room up front on the house. And they did a great job renovating it. All the design themes are current, but they kept with the quality of the original build. A little more modern in the kitchen. The only downside here is the kitchen was separated from the main family room space. In the 2000s, sometimes they still built those separate, but you had a small little seating area for movie space, and then you float out into a pretty large patio in the backyard. This also has larger lot coverage than you could currently do in Birmingham, which enabled them to build a larger house on the lot than you could today, get that attached garage, and have a really nice outdoor finished patio space in the backyard. The master had his and her full bathroom, so each person had their own full bath and closet space, which was incredible from a master suite perspective. They converted some of the secondary bedrooms into office spaces because their kids were out of the house. Lower level is fully finished, theater space with custom built-ins, full bar, additional full bath, and a gym. So this house had a ton of excellent elements. Low maintenance, minimal grass, massive outdoor patio, great natural light, huge master suite, 3-car attached garage, in downtown. This was a great buy at 2.4 for under $600 a square foot, built in 2002, renovated in 2014. Again, that was 280 Baldwin. All right, guys. Again, my name is James Danley. Thanks for stopping by today. Please like, subscribe, leave any comments you have below. If you have any real estate needs, feel free to shoot me a phone call directly, 248-671-3092. And in case you're interested or you also love digital property, as do I believe everyone should buy real estate and Bitcoin. Here's a list of all these homes, and if you wanted to buy them in Bitcoin, what the price point would be.
All the day long, hopping and a bopping and a singing his song. All the little birds on Jaybird Street love to hear the robin go tweet, tweet, tweet. Rockin' Robin, tweet, tweet, rockin' Robin, tweet, tweet. Slow rockin' Robin, 'cause we really gonna rock tonight. Every little swallow, every chickadee, every little bird in the tall oak tree. The wise old owl, the big black crow, flap of their wings, sing and go, bird, go. Rockin' Robin, tweet, tweet, rockin' Robin, tweet, tweet. Slow rockin' Robin, 'cause we're really gonna rock tonight.